Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players, and Detesha Ordo here. Today, I'm going to do a quick video on talking about various characters that can lift various factions. So in the last year and a half, we've gotten between new characters to create new factions. Probably in the last 2 years, we've gotten a lot of characters that lifted and boosted up various faction teams. You know, like with Starkiller, we got Dash Rendar for Smugglers and Scoundrels. We got Darth Talon, Mara Jade, and so on. We've gotten, I don't know, numerous. For Cal Kestis, we've gotten another Rebel Fighter booster. Oh, we got also a Rebel Fighter booster with Kyle Katarn. We got, Wookiees that came in. So there's a lot of characters that have come in the last, within the last 2 years that have been boosting and bringing up factions of old. And now, I think it's time we do that again. I feel like they should do this again down the road. It wouldn't surprise me that we eventually get a few of these. But there are some factions I feel like that still need to have some lifter units, as well as maybe, potentially, I don't know, maybe boosting up the faction to give multiple teams out there. So, but I'm going to talk about Phoenix first, and then I'm going to talk about another one, a few others after. But Phoenix, a lot of the people have been, since, kind of day one, since it unlocked Thrawn, well, since Thrawn came out, really, is to farm Phoenix, because it'll unlock both Palpatine and Thrawn. They're great. It's a great early team. Now that Mara Jade's out, you got Darth Vader. You go great there. Plus, you also have the part of the Sith Triumvirate that fits in with Palpatine. So it's great. Sorry about that in the background. Someone was honking horns. Yeah. Not my ideal place recording, but, when you got kids and they're super loud and, yeah. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So anyways, moving on. So there's a few characters I could see come in. I actually wouldn't mind seeing all these characters come in. Maybe not all at once, or maybe they find a way to release multiple of these characters and go from there. But so Jun Sato, I could see coming in as a potential lifter unit, but also leader for the Phoenix squad, as well as maybe some other random rebels like the Hoth Bros, Scout and Soldier. So that there's, some use there, pull them in. But for the most part, Jun Sato giving us a second, especially in 3v3, if you do decide to run Phoenix, it's one team, and you got, another team sitting on the wayside doing nothing with no lead. They're just weak. They have no way of triggering their unique. I feel like they should trigger their unique based on, kind of similar to Imperial Troopers, not based on Hera's lead. It's just... No, it's kind of sad, to be honest. Yes, Hera does deserve to have another unique. It would boost the damage, durability, and stuff of her ship a little bit. But she deserves to have a unique so that she can share that too. Maybe the unique, shares, some stats, or maybe the leadership here doubles the sharing of the unique stats. I don't know. But Jun Sato could be another leader for the Phoenix, have something similar to Hera. If they're going to keep it this way, who knows? AP5 could be a useful one. He definitely could be the C-3PO of Phoenix, but he could also work with Empire and Galactic Republic. I know it's weird to say Empire, and AP5 probably would make more sense to be neutral. But then again, he could still stay light side, and you can have a light side Empire because he worked with the Empire. He worked with Galactic Republic, and he could be that C-3PO of those factions plus Phoenix. Mostly, he will fit with Phoenix, but he has some synergies. And yes, he could bring in translations so that maybe in a Padme team, instead of running 3PO, since he's all hanging out with the CLS squad, you could run AP5, It depends. Agent Kallus, or the Rebel Kallus, could also come in. Granted, I wouldn't mind two versions of Kallus. Agent Kallus, he'd be an Imperial Trooper. He'd work, he'd be another Imperial Trooper lead. I know that. Maybe he'd be a 3v3 one, because you didn't see a lot of troopers with him, but he led some troopers, so... caveat, he'd work mostly with stormtroopers and scout troopers, so it'd be if they ever brought scout trooper in, he'd pair well with them as well. Mostly stormtroopers though, maybe stormtrooper commanders and stuff. But then again, if they would ever, rework Ahsoka to being Phoenix, and honestly, if they wanted to do this with Ahsoka, they're afraid of how the kit works and mingles. They'd be probably afraid that, this part of the kit being shared. All they have to do is have this unique, not shared with Phoenix, but then she gets another unique that gives maybe like 15% health protection, offense, defense, something like that. It would make her, her actual Omicron better. That's fine. But at least allow those stats be shared with Phoenix, but Perseverance will not be. Phoenix supporter would be the unique or something. I don't know. She worked with the Phoenix. If Jango Fett, a bounty hunter hired by just Dooku, is a separatist in this game, why can't Fulcrum be... It goes back to Gar Saxon and so many other things. CG, I understand there's a balancing thing, but with how the game is now, I don't see a problem with Phoenix, Ahsoka working with Phoenix. And honestly, maybe what would be really cool is her Omicron also pays homage. Like, I know recently they had an Omicron for Cal Kestis so that Fulcrum and Ahsoka will work in a actual team, which is cool compared to like Wampa. But why? Why can't they do this, CG? Why can't you do this with Phoenix as well? Have in her unique, her Omicron, say if there's 4 other Phoenix allies, even if it's just, the Omicron giving her the Phoenix tag, if there are 4 other Phoenix allies, Phoenix Squad gets some of these stats, like half the full stats, and then she gets the double stats. And she shares this unique where the whole Phoenix team's immune to damage over time. The Phoenix team has crit avoidance and just cleanses themselves all the time. That would be kind of cool. That would be a good lifter to, it's already a character in game. That's all I have to do. But anyways, I also, if you notice here on the name, Rex, Gregor, and Wolf, the 3 veteran clone troopers. They'd be Vet, Clone Trooper, Rex, Gregor, and Wolf. Having all 5 to 6 of these characters come into the game would be huge. Granted, Rex, Gregor, and Wolf could also, which I personally don't like, Arnold and a few others probably don't like it, or most everyone, the 3v3 set, but they would probably form a 3v3 Grand Arena type effect. Or what they could do is maybe just the 3 of them, just not in 3v3, but in any game mode, have some synergies, but then the Omicron on one of them applies to Grand Arena, one applies to Territory Wars. So Territory Wars, you can just have the 3 of them hit go, and if they're all the only 3 there, they get a bonus that way. So there's a lot of aspects of Phoenix there. Moving on, I know this part's taking a while, but Mandalorians, they just need a ton of Mandalorian. They need like a good another 5-7 Mandalorians, because you have 2 Mandalorian teams right here, but one of them's pulled to Mandos or Bounty Hunters, which is the original Mandalorian. Jango Fett's pulled between Mandalorians, Bounty Hunters, and Separatists, thanks to Wat Tambor, which I feel like Cad Bane and Embo should be Separatists as well. Go figure. Dooku hired both of them. Maul has been pulled between Vader. It wouldn't surprise me he comes into some weird unaligned Force user composition. So yeah, there's that. Armor, she's usually pulled between Sith Eternal and Supreme Leader Kylo. So, oops, I didn't mean to go there. So yeah, we need like a good another 5-7 Mandalorians to just bulk up teams. In addition, I'm still saying this, aside from Imperial Trooper tag for Gar Saxon, Mandalorian Retaliation should have the Mandalorians in it. They should have a counter team. That would be awesome. Come on, CG. It's not going to be broken. Yes, you got Bo-Katan that'll help recover their health and protection, but so what? There's so many teams out there that'll hit so much harder and inflict days and all that. So it's fine. Let them do it. It would bring Gar Saxon Imperial Super Commando out of obscurity. It's not hard. Just add Mandalorian tag to the Gar Saxon lead. Boom. That's all you have to do, and it'll probably make Gar Saxon better. Jawas. There's one Jawa in particular from Star Wars The Old Republic that would actually boost Jawas, and that would be Blizz. Chief Nimbit is a Territory Wars. Maybe Blizz comes in and he adds some synergy to like Grand Arena. So Jawas have a Grand Arena and a Territory War Omicron. Simple. And then finally, Ewoks. This one could get maybe 2 to 3 more. One is the Ewok Warrior. We've already seen him in game. They could probably have some Ewok Scout or something. Or not a Scout, sorry, there's already an Ewok Scout. Maybe an Ewok another Ewok healer, maybe another Ewok tank, but then that could be the warrior. There's some aspects, but then again, going back to Star Wars: The Old Republic, Treek. I feel like would be a neutral character to add to the the Ewoks, but give us Treek. That would help Ewoks shine more effectively. I don't know. I could be wrong, but hey, it'd be kind of cool to see at least 3 more Ewoks. Give us 2 Ewok teams. Maybe mix and match one Ewok team and the others just hang out in obscurity. Maybe it would probably make the C-3PO event a little easier. Come on, CG. I feel like that's the time to, bring in some other Ewoks to boost the C-3PO team. Or to, fight to gain the C-3PO. Because that one, if you have them under geared, it's hard because you don't want to really invest in these guys. Yes, I have Elder at Gear 12. That was kind of a last 6 month ago thing because I was like, why not? But, I don't know. Like, CG, come on. Boost these guys up a little bit. I'm not a fan of Ewoks. I'd rather have the Jawa over the Ewoks. Maybe a few other Jawas. Or heck, even Mandalorians and Phoenix. But hey, I'm pretty sure there are those Ewok fans out there who would love that. And like I said, allowing us to farm different Ewoks would be really cool so that we can have a cool little Ewok combo that actually helps beat the C-3PO event. So you can have 5 different ones. And maybe Treek would help us counter things like Nest to counter Ewoks. Because weirdly enough, in Grand Arena, the Chief Chirpa, Omicron, still gets beat by Nest. Nest stacking damage. If you have high tenacity on it. Now, if they added 50% potency or something so that Low Gray, where is he? Low Gray can have a ton of potency so that he can inflict daze on Nest. Hey, then maybe, Nest could get, stomped. Who knows? Maybe Treek would allow to count attack under health or under protection. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What factions do need some lifting? What don't? Thank you for watching. You guys have a phenomenal day.